This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. I'm in puffy sleeves. It's Thursday, May 7th. I'm Tori, and I'm in the studio today with my good friend Al Jackson.
Hello.
How do you like him?
I actually like it. You know, normally I make fun.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay,
That's
cool.
how you can always tell. I always keep it real.
You keep me honest.
I keep it real.
So if you guys need any extra air or anything, they're right here. It's in the
Yes,
pockets.
you're very aerated today.
Very. All right, my other co-hosts are safe, staying inside, but Lindsay Granger is here, and we're so excited to talk to her. Joining us from home. Linz, how are you?
Hey guys, how's it going? You know, just taking it one day at a time.
Do you like my puffy sleeves, or can you not see them?
You know what? I know it's a good look. I
Thanks,
can already
buddy.
tell I'm telepathic.
I appreciate that. That's some girl power right there. All right, well, we have to change gears here because we're laughing, but this is getting serious. We begin now more on the shooting death of Ahmaud Arbery. A warning to our viewers, elements of this story are graphic. You guys are already writing in. I see you, Marquita Baker. Calls for justice continue to grow after the release of this shocking video showing what appears to be Arbery out for a jog when he was chased down by men in a pickup truck. There is a struggle, and then Arbery is shot dead. The two men who have admitted to being in the truck, a retired police officer and his son, let me remind you, are free right now. They are not facing charges. They claim Arbery looked like a burglary suspect. But now officials, including the governor of Georgia and Joe Biden, are calling for an investigation. LeBron James has stepped up, also weighing in and tweeting, "We're literally hunted every day, every time we step foot outside the comfort of our homes. Can't even go for a damn jog, man." Tomorrow would have been Arbery's 26th birthday. And this morning, his mother spoke out on GMA talking about the video and why she thinks there hasn't been an arrest yet. Let's all take a look.
I don't think I'll ever be in a mental state where I can actually watch the video. I think that no arrest has been made basically because because of the title that he carried as the retired police officer. I think that they don't feel like that he was wrong because he was one of them.
So, again, we have to admit we don't know the rest of the story. We don't know the rest of the video. But what appears to be, in my eyes, is a man hunted and trapped. We now know the third man in that vehicle filming lived a minute from those two people, the shooters, William Roddy Bryan, and you can hear him get off a shot as well in that car. We're also looking for him, or police are looking for him. Why a grand jury needs to be assumed instead of arresting these people, I will never know. But running while black seems to be a death sentence. Lindsay, how do you feel?
I just think the narrative of this story is so messed up. So when we look at the McMichaels, who, like you said, have ties to law enforcement, you're wondering why they're getting preferential treatment. It's because they were former cops. But the point is, in that moment, they weren't cops. They were retired cops. So he decided, because there was a robbery suspect allegedly running around the neighborhood, that he's going to shoot down a black man because he was black, and he fit the description. So the description to him is that we all look alike. And it's really frustrating, and I don't even want to give him that much time. I want to talk about Ahmaud, because I'm really upset, as you can tell. Ahmaud would have been 26 tomorrow. I have a little brother that's 26. He was in the beginning of his young adult life, and he didn't get a chance to continue running or laughing or doing any of the things that he wanted to do in this life. Who would know? His mom can't watch that video because she's hurt. Just like black people are hurt. I think when you're looking around and black people are saying, "Where are you guys at?" We're looking at the historical context that every time there's an issue, when there's LGBTQ, we go on the front lines and we say, "Hey, we're going to fight with you guys for what's right." When we say we're putting up a Muslim ban, black people are there saying, "We're going to fight for you guys because that's not right." When you say that we want the Me Too movement, black women started that. And a woman named Yamanika, who's an artist, brought this up, that every time there's voting rights for women, black women are on the forefront. So where is everybody at? Where is everybody at right now? We need everybody. This is not a black and white issue. This is a right and wrong issue. And if you're silent right now, you're basically saying that a black life is worth being killed, black lives don't matter, and that you're okay with the oppressor. Because I see people with tons of extra time on TikTok, dancing around, posting on Instagram every day because we have more time than we've ever had before. But if you can't take the time out to make a call, send a text, post a video, or tell your friends why this is wrong, then shame on you. Shame on you that you think that our lives are still worthless when we fight for you every single time.
Wow. Lindsay, well said. I just have to ask Al real quick. I also think silence is compliance. I think as an ally, it's your duty to speak up. Al, do you think silence is compliance?
I think silence is compliance. And, I see where Lindsay's coming from, and I feel her passion. I had a really rough morning this morning, to be honest with you, because as I got ready to put my suit on, I was thinking about the story that I told on the show a couple weeks back, when I talked about walking to get coffee, and I got coffee for a bunch of the other hair and makeup team. This is back when you could walk around. Yeah. And I was coming back, and I had 4 or 5 coffees, and my shoe came untied. And even though I was wearing a suit and tie, I had my microphone on, I had my IFB in, I still was trying to find a place on the sidewalk to stop, to kneel, to tie my shoe. And I know a lot of viewers heard that and was like, well, that's a little extreme. That's a little excessive. This is what's always on a black person's mind, whether they're going out for a jog, whether they're bringing coffee back for their friends. Your mind is never clear, because every time you try and relax, go on TikTok, like Lindsay was saying, and just be a person, you're shot in your home by a police officer. Every time you try and play video games with your nephew at 11 o'clock at night, you're shot through your window by a police officer. Every time you go for a jog, you're going to be allegedly shot by men that were former police officers, allegedly, and it would seem to be a coordinated attack. So this is why we are unable to relax. This is why we are unable to smile all the time.
Everybody keeps calling this moment like an equalizing moment, but how so? How so when in this week we talked about NYPD beating the crap out of black people, when black people were fighting to say that people in China were being treated wrong when they were getting thrown in the back of vans? How is it an equal moment for everybody when we're all in the house, all struggling, all coming together? If you're not standing up at this time, then this is not a moment when we're all coming together and going through the same thing.
Yeah, I'm proud of this show. I'm proud of the nuance and the conversation. Keep writing us in. Moving on, but please keep writing us in. We are not letting go of this story. Trust me on that one. The coronavirus is hitting close to home for the president. One of Trump's personal valets has tested positive. A valet is like someone that serves him or works with him as an assistant. A member of the U.S. Navy who personally drives the president and his family exhibited symptoms yesterday morning and is now confirmed to have COVID-19. The president reportedly remains in good health. Meantime, you're never going to believe what officials in Washington state are warning people not to do after they saw a rise in cases. They say people have been holding COVID-19 parties where unaffected people mingle with someone who has the virus in an attempt to catch it. Okay, you might have heard this with the chicken pox, right? Yeah. We all got the chicken pox and you get together, it's a play date, because that's not fatal. This is a horrendous idea. Al, as a biology grad, how would you describe this?
Well, this is what I call chickens coming home to roost, Tori. And what I mean by that is science is the only thing that's questioned by people. You go on a message board and people that are not qualified are questioning climate scientists. I wouldn't go on a message board from Midas and talk to them about how they should rebuild an engine or redo somebody's brakes. That's not my area of expertise. But everybody thinks that they do research by clicking on internet articles, not knowing where they're coming from or the validity of them. And now you have people that don't know what they're talking about, talking to other people that don't know what they're talking about, and you come up with COVID parties, not knowing how you're going to react. So this is what's going to happen, and what's going to happen is what's going to happen.
That's true. Every disaster movie starts with someone in the government ignoring a scientist. DBL, we are live, and coming up, you ask the questions. Dr. Coley answers. Our favorite medical expert is back with more important information on the virus. Plus, our special salute to those working on the front lines during the coronavirus pandemic as we celebrate National Nurses Week. And another day at DBL with an almost empty studio. Most of our crew is working from home to keep the show going. A big shout out to everyone. We miss y'all. We'll be right back. Welcome back to DBL. We are all about facts, not fear, and providing you good information to keep you and your loved ones safe. Our favorite Dr. Payal Kohli joins us today. Oh, we match, kind of, finally. We did it. We did it together.
We do match, but you're pulling off those puffy sleeves, I have to tell you.
It's not true. She's lying right through her teeth. I look ridiculous. Before we get to our viewer questions, the president's personal valet, Doc, just tested positive for COVID-19. Do you now think it's hit so close to home that the White House could be changing their policies?
Yeah, Tori, this is a really significant development because for the first time, someone so close to the president, the vice president, and the first family has tested positive. And now this is a person who handles the president's food, his personal belongings, and is in touch with the rest of the White House staff as well. We do know that the president, vice president tested negative this morning, but we also know that the incubation period of this virus is 14 days, which means the next 14 days continue to pose a high-risk period. So this really begs two questions. The first is whether the White House should be instituting a universal mask policy, because even though their staffers are being tested regularly, we've just proven that it's possible that somebody could be positive and spread it to others. Yeah. And then the second question that it really begs to ask is whether the president, vice president, other White House members should actually be isolating for the next 14 days. Because if any one of us came into contact with somebody that was positive, that would be the medical advice, that you have to isolate to make sure that, you know, you don't end up testing positive for the virus later and inadvertently spreading it to others during that time period.
We'll see what they do.
All right, Doc, we are short on time, so let's get through these viewer comments. Howie writes, while I feel quite normal, I continue to read that everyone should be tested. What factors impact whether or not a person should be tested for COVID-19?
So not everyone needs a test. There's really three main groups that need to be tested. So the first is those that are high pretest probability of having the infection. So they have symptoms, they've had an exposure to COVID-19, or they're frontline workers like healthcare workers or grocery store workers. The second group is those that have had prior symptoms. You couldn't get a test at the time, but you now want to see if that was COVID or not. That can be the antibody test. And then the final group, which is yet to be determined how we're going to select those, is a group called surveillance testing, which is a random sampling of the population just to see how many asymptomatic people are out there.
Okay. Our final viewer question comes from Tommy. She asks, can Dr. Kohli tell us what's the latest in the vaccine testing? Are you happy about maybe a September vaccine, you think? Oxford group?
I think that's incredibly optimistic, and I'm going to stick with Dr. Fauci on this one, who says that probably the earliest, even that is optimistic, is actually a January timeline. So there's several phases of vaccine development, and even after a vaccine has proven efficacious, you have to distribute it, manufacture it, and get it into people's arms. So I think we really should be thinking next year.
January. She said efficacious. Did you hear that?
I did.
So you want some change for that $5 word? All right, before we go, it's time for everyone's favorite Dr. Kohli silver lining. Hit us, Al.
Silver lining, y'all.
What's the good news?
Good one. So this is actually coming from our town right here in Denver, you guys. So, you know, testing and tracing are the ways we're going to get ourselves out of this mess, out of this epidemic. And what Denver has done is instituted a mobile van testing unit that's offering free testing. And the advantage is that the sick people don't actually have to leave their house and potentially expose others to risk and inconvenience themselves. The van comes to your house and tests you, and it's free. Wow. So I think that's an awesome thing, and I hope more cities start to do that.
That's amazing. I also want to just bounce off that and say thanks to the truck drivers and the people driving those cars. I mean, all the truck drivers you see out there that are making our country work, we really want to give a shout out. That is good news, right?
That's really good news.
Really good news. All right, Denver. Thank you. Of course, Dr. Kohli will be back tomorrow. So if you have a question about coronavirus you want answered by the doc, write us on social media or email us at info@dailyblastlive.com. There is no panic, just prevention, precaution, and a lot of puffy sleeves. We'll be right back.
In the last
This month, DBL is all new every day. We're with a woman who's been in lockdown in this small Colorado church for over 3 years. Find out the emotional reason why.
See how important it is for us to be free.
Thanks to doctors and nurses.
We're celebrating Nurses Week with inspirational stories from the men and women who are making a difference.
Thank you so much.
Our own Jeff Schroeder is paying it forward with some big surprises for frontline workers. And get ready for your new workout, straight from the home of Jennifer Aniston's personal trainer.
Let's get to it.
DBL, we are all new every day in May. Every day, huh?
Yes.
New.
Well, we've been new since we started.
It's true.
Yeah.
We're always new.
We're live. That L means something.
I love how condescending you were. We're live.
Yeah.
All right. They are some of our greatest heroes of this pandemic. They risk their lives to save ours. I am talking about, of course, our amazing nurses. We are celebrating National Nurses Week, and here at DBL, we need to take a moment to thank them for their dedication, hard work, and above all else, the love.
So today's my first day of 12 weeks away from my kid. And it's very hard. I'm petrified of going to work. I'm petrified, but I have to go to work.
I don't know what just happened for the past 13 hours. Honestly, guys, it felt like I was working in a war zone, like treating 2 critically ill COVID patients on the bed, basically by myself. And this is my new normal.
We're staying away from our families, but we're putting ourselves in danger to try and save other people's loved ones.
What do you guys need desperately?
We need people to stay home.
From me and everyone here at Daily Blast Live, Nicole, thank you so much for what you're doing.
Of course, it's our pleasure.
Thanks to doctors and nurses. That are the real superheroes. You guys are awesome. Thanks to everybody.
Thank you, healthcare and frontline workers, for risking your lives for us.
Thank you, everyone that's out there working to help keep us safe.
Thank you, healthcare.
Just another night. You can see everybody's cheering for healthcare providers.
And it's just amazing. I wish they did this every day.
Thank you so much to all the healthcare workers for all you're doing.
I feel like you guys are the real heroes out there, and it is very humbling to know so many of you and call a lot of you my friends.
Thank you to all the nurses out there. My sister and brother-in-law are nurses, so I see the emotional and physical toll that it's taking on all of you.
You guys are our lifesavers, our heroes. Thank you so much.
Thank you for my entire family.
Not all superheroes wear capes. A whole dedicated bunch of them wear scrubs. Much love, much love, much love.
We appreciate you and we see you. Your courage and professionalism have been highlighted during this pandemic, and we thank you.
For your sacrifice, for your efforts, for your time. Thank you.
So thank you.
We thank you.
Stay safe and healthy.
Words cannot describe the monumental job you all do. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
We're looking
Yeah, we're all adjusting to the new norm. So while you're spending more time at home, we have a few items that you can really benefit from. It's time for Deal Blast, presented by MorningSave.com, and we have Steph joining us from her home. Steph, I'm like ready with my phone to buy. What do we have?
So this is the Peacock Alley Dream Robe. It's for men and women. You can get it in aqua, grey or white. And now normally this is $90, Tori, but right now it's only $32, which is saving 64%.
Mother's Day!
And you'll never be without power thanks to this iWalk Scorpion Air 8000 power bank. You can charge all devices and you don't need any cables. Normally this is $90, Tori. Right now it's only $25.
Yeah.
So you're saving 68%. That's a lot of money. And we could all do with a little bit more relaxing and self-care right now. So I've tried out this Marley weighted neck wrap and eye mask, and I love it. And you can choose your favorite scent, so you can have lavender, mint or rose. They're normally $60. Right now they're $20, which means you're saving 67%. It's like you're in a spa. And lastly, I've got the perfect product now for your at-home workout. This is the Lifestyle Advanced Airstream True Wireless Earbuds. So these are compatible with Apple, Android, Windows, and all smartphones and Bluetooth devices.
Whoa.
So these are normally $90. Right now they're only $20, which means, Tori, you're saving 78%.
Wow, that's the
This little nifty thing.
That's unbelievable. Steph, thank you so much. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at seriously the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone. Thank you so much, Cozy Steph. She's so cute. I like the lavender wrap for the shoulders. I know Lindsay likes the sweet, sweet deals. Are you going to get the wrap?
Let me tell you, I need the earbud because I lost one of mine, and apparently when you lose one, they just both don't work, or the one left over doesn't work. So I can't listen to earbuds. I have to still have the old school cord. So I'll take the earbuds.
Lindsay, I'm judging you. Come on, you got to have that wireless, girl.
I'm just worried that Jiggly ate it. Your dog. Did Jiggly eat it?
Listen, I hope not, because
Okay,
he has the weakest stomach in the world.
Okay, good.
They would know by now.
Yeah, we'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. DBL, remember, we're all new every day. Puffy sleeves, everyone. Puffy.